Hello and welcome to our Freebie Friday video. It's Shade here. It's been requested that I talk a little bit about the deed in lieu of foreclosure. And the deed in lieu of foreclosure is essentially what it sounds like. It says a deed instead of a foreclosure. So you give me a deed and then I wouldn't foreclose. The lenders are usually the ones that offer this kind of thing to homeowners that are facing a difficult time making their mortgage payments, and maybe they don't have any other options like a loan modification because maybe there is no income at all coming in, and the lenders would approach the homeowner and say, hey, why don't you give me the full title to the property back, and then I will in exchange not do a foreclosure on the property, and then you can just walk away. Well, this sounds good on the surface, especially for somebody that is simply trying to move on without worrying about a deficiency judgment. A deficiency meaning that maybe the amount that's owed at the time might not be covered when the foreclosure takes place. So that means normally you would owe the lender some money. If they did a foreclosure, for instance, and were able to get $200,000, but you owed $250,000 on the loan, some of the times the lenders will come after you for the balance of $50,000. So I guess homeowners tend to think that, okay, well, this isn't so bad. I don't expose myself to anything else. I'm tired. I'm emotionally exhausted. I just need to get out from underneath this. And so a lot of the times they would accept the deed in lieu of foreclosure. Well, in a market such as in the Austin area, or generally all around here in the big cities in Texas, the real estate market is holding up very well. So most of the time the homes are not upside down, unless somebody has failed to make mortgage payments for years and years and years, and then that could happen. But for most people, they've only missed maybe a handful of payments, maybe a year worth of mortgage payments. And so they do want to get away from the whole situation and think that the deed in lieu of foreclosure is a very attractive option. The reason why we don't like it is that the homeowner does not walk away with anything. The homeowner walks away with no cash in their pocket, unless, of course, the lender would offer them a relocation sort of incentive, which is similar to a cash for keys is what they call it. So they'll offer anything up to $10,000. Usually it's about $4,000 for the family to move. And they would agree to give a number of days to allow that to happen once they've done the deed in lieu of foreclosure. And the homeowners have to sign this agreement before the lender would agree to the deed in lieu of foreclosure. And like I said, in exchange, the homeowners walk away free and the lender gets back the title. It's almost like a voluntary repossession if you think about it. And we don't like it because in a strong market, the homeowner should be able to place that house for sale privately, and maybe they can make more money from that kind of sale, and then they can actually walk away with some money in their pocket for their family. And also the other reason I don't like it is because the deed in lieu of foreclosure, even though it's not an actual full-blown foreclosure, it does still show up on your credit report, and it would affect credit decisions regarding you and maybe your spouse if your spouse is also on the loan. And so that's why we don't like it. And of course, a private sale would probably be more attractive to most people because you can control the terms and you can have a little bit more time. And I think the lenders like the deed in lieu of foreclosure because they can control the time too. Because if somebody keeps saying, well, I'm going to put it on the market, well, a lot of homeowners would not tend to do that. They just get complacent or comfortable, and of course they're not making mortgage payments in that time period. So the lenders prefer to get something going really quickly rather than wait on the promise of the homeowner saying that I'm going to sell it, and then before you know it, 6 months have passed and then a year has passed and the lender is not getting any payments at all. So that's my quick overview of it. If you have any specific questions for your situation, let me know and I'll be happy to address that either directly with you on the phone, or you can just send us a message on the website. And as always, have a wonderful weekend and I'll talk to you next time.